You may not believe it. Traffic is so convenient today. In some remote regions of the world, there is still an insurmountable distance. A 700-kilometer passenger route through the Amazon rainforest. It took for days and for nights to reach the destination. Average speed is less than 10 kilometers per hour. For the long term, for transportation drivers in the area, every journey they make is a miracle. Welcome to Fringe Documentary. This issue takes us inside a town in northern Brazil. Logging is a major industry in the region. Because of years of rotten logging, this leads to severe soil erosion. Landslides are all over the ocean. Recent years, due to the significant decrease in the area of primary forest. In addition to the local rainforest climate, frequent rainfall makes the bumpy dirt and stone roads become more. However, the local government turned a blind eye to this. Early in the morning, bus owner Louis began the preparations for this journey. At 60, Louis is still full of energy. He wants to retire before passing on all the experience to his son Andrew. When everything is ready, they came to the station early to wait for the passengers. The rainy season is coming. Due to road hazards, few passengers go out. Other drivers, they have also abandoned this passenger route. Now, only Louis and his son are still standing. They used to sell 60 tickets in one trip, and today there are only 15 passengers. The girl said he hasn't seen his parents for a year. He showed the reporter photos of accidents taken on previous trips home. It means that every time I go home, I am afraid to take this road. Louis assured the girl he will be delivered safely. Andrew was influenced by his father. I learned to drive at the age of 12, and I really love it. The destination of their journey is 700 kilometers away in Manaus. In Hangi, it usually only takes 18 hours to arrive. In the rainy season, it takes several times longer. Just left the station not long ago. The road becomes potholed. The asphalt road in front of you, since it was repaired more than 10 years ago, it's never been maintained again. Even so, this is also their journey. It's a long way to go, because it's hard to see the asphalt from here. The real challenge has just begun. Andrew has to be careful. Because of a slight mistake, if the tire slips, it will fall into a soft quagmire. They drive. It's a Brazilian Marco Polo 4x4. In such road conditions, tire slippage is hard to avoid. Drivers are generally most worried about fell into a ditch by the side of the road. 6 arms against a dozen tons of steel. Obviously, it doesn't work. They tried to throw stones on the slippery road to increase friction, but the long rain soak. The road becomes very soft. After several attempts, the bus sank deeper. The engine is too hot, had to stop and force cooling. They have encountered this tricky situation. Usually the winch installed by the bus is to get out of trouble. This device is simple, but it worked, drawing forward fixtures through the vehicle's own power. You can drag the bus out. So let's secure steel nails on hard ground in front of the vehicle. The number of steel nails they use mainly depends on the firmness of the ground. Highways in the sparsely populated Amazon rainforest. This is the best way to get out of trouble. From the moment you leave the station, they've only covered 10 kilometers so far. After 5 hours of hard work, the bus finally pulled out of the quagmire. Every journey, Louis and his son will bring for assistance. Otherwise, it will be difficult for them to reach their destination. Well this time. They didn't waste much time. The road ahead is due to a landslide. Previously passing vehicles. A simple wooden bridge was laid there. But can it support the bus to pass safely? The driver is also unsure. Just out of Longtan and into the With previous experience, this time the assistance went straight to the winch. Took a while to solve this little trouble. To make up for the delay on the road, the next journey, Louis and son decide to drive in 24-hour shifts. Taxi 80 kilometers away from Louis and driver Manuel. Worried about being swept away by smoke on the road. Days of ride. Let the water level here rise by 15 centimeters every day. This is the only way for Manu to pick up passengers. It's impossible to drive there now. Manuel was trapped here for 30 days 6 years ago. Accommodation and food expenses almost bankrupted him. It was a nightmare for him. After learning the previous lesson, this time by asking a friend, Manuel contacted a large tractor nearby. This will get him out of his current predicament. Towing is not cheap, but if the rain doesn't stop, it's going to get even worse. Manuel is very concerned about this wooden trailer. He didn't want any more trouble. back to the Louis and Son bus, although traveling overnight. But they're still halfway there. A few hours of brief sunshine. The road is a little drier, but the trouble continues. This time they got in deep. The door is jammed. I can only go through the car window to find a way. They are lucky. Use the winch to escape a guy, because it's going to rain again. They came and went all the way, sometimes less than a kilometer. The bus will get stuck in the mud several times. On a rainy day, the journey is tougher the chin of the front of the car. It was hit in such road conditions. Drivers and assistants, due to long hours of high intensity, already exhausted. Andrew says, there is no other way to encounter such a situation. Just stay optimistic. Rain pours into the mud puddles. This got the bus too deep. A winch doesn't work in this situation either. Andrew tried to contact a large tractor nearby. Come to the rescue. Rescue vehicle replied to him. We'll be here before dark. But it wasn't until 10 o'clock at night. Still no trace of the tractor. Waiting is often more torturous. Fortunately, the rain finally stopped. They decided to try again with the winch. Louis, who is 60 years old this year, swings at all young. He said he usually focuses on exercise and diet. So strong, on par with an 18-year-old. After a few hours of hard work, 2 a.m., they finally got out of trouble again. This victory refreshed their spirits. Decided to pursue the victory and continue on the way. This is just moving every kilometer and blocked by a wooden bridge in front of him. A wooden board protruding from the edge of the bridge stuck the tire of the bus. The excess must be sawed off to pass. Until 5 a.m., everyone's will is completely broke. This time they chose to give up because they have been working for 24 hours straight. Decided to wait in place for the rescue vehicle contacted earlier. Taxi driver Manu, road conditions a little better, but for small cars, it's also difficult to encounter this kind of weather. To reach the destination smoothly, except for patience and willpower, it also requires excellent driving skills. Another taxi driver, Edward, although familiar with the road conditions, but there will be mistakes if you are not careful. Fortunately, there are drivers passing by to help. Bridge trouble follows. The road ahead just collapsed. In this situation, you can only build bridges. 2 planks were recovered from a nearby village, and the tractor. That seems like a good idea. Simple and convenient. Just go up. But the downsides are obvious. It's not just the driver's driving skills that are tested. Small cars passed smoothly one by one. Those who drove this road were indeed all experienced drivers. But can this big truck pass safely? Passers-by express concern. It's a plank after all. It's hard to withstand such a weight. If you break the plank, not only do you have to bear the cost of rescue and also get hurt. The destination is close at hand. The big truck's choice of adventure. Courage and luck are both indispensable. Fortunately, it was close. Just say, the Amazon rainforest has a very strong timber capacity. But what about next time? Louis and so, after a long night of waiting, the next morning, the rescue tractor slowly arrived. The road has been soaked in rain for a long time. It's a swamp. And this stretch of muddy road is 16 kilometers long. They had to be towed by a tractor to pass smoothly, otherwise the bus will be unable to move. The amount of money they spent on rescue along the way basically make no money. It used to take 18 hours to get there. Now for days have passed. This is the distance from the destination. There are still 200 kilometers to go. Tractors don't follow all the way. The rest of the journey is up to luck. Although it is getting closer to the destination. But this time they were in big trouble. A waterlogged road more than 100 meters
Desperate,
long. Andrew decides to take the plunge. He said with any luck he could pass in 2 hours. The body just entered the water. Andrew braked decisively. The water level is if the engine gets water, it's completely over. He couldn't afford such a risk. Not only is the difficult road ahead in Vi, follow-up repair, trailer, transfer passengers, these fees will bankrupt it. The soil on both sides of the road is not possible to drag with the help of a winch. After investigation, the deepest point is more than 1 meter. They decided to dig a drain to lower the water level. Although efforts have been made, the water level has dropped slightly. But facing a muddy slope with a drop of 50 cm, the bus cannot climb up. They can only contact again a tractor 12 kilometers away. After a long wait of several hours, the tractor finally arrived. Passengers are relieved, despite a difficult 4-day journey. But the smile on his face remains. Louis and his son were always confident. Just drag some distance. The front wheel of the bus hit a rock. Can't move. Louis and his son had a rare argument. The father believes that relying on the power can drag the bus out. Son Andrew is worried. The wire rope will break. My father believes more in his own experience, but sometimes young people's advice is not always wrong. The two meet face to face, relatively speechless. After discussion, the assistants decided to remove the stones. And it wasn't easy. Stones in hundreds of kilograms has been deeply embedded in the soil. I didn't have the right tools. Plus the ground is slippery. It's hard to move him. After several efforts, they finally put the rope on the stone. The last 5 people work hard together. Dragged away this stumbling block. For Louis and So, every centimeter of this journey is a victory. Original plot. It takes 2 hours to wade 100 meters. It ended up working until 7 p.m. Tonight, Louis and his son decided to rest in place. They are exhausted. After a night of rest, on the morning of the 5th day, the passengers were radiant. Spanning 6 kilometers across the Amazon River. The rest of the way is asphalt. Home is close at hand. However, surprises continue. There is no gas station nearby. Finish the next journey. They need at least 25 liters of gasoline. A passing truck solved their urgent need. The journey is full of setbacks, but all 15 passengers arrived at their destination safely. Louis said, his goal is not to make a profit. I want to help people. It doesn't matter if it's 30 passengers or 10 passengers. If people need, he will wait on time. After the passengers leave, Louis, father and son start preparations for their return journey again. So that's it for this issue. Friends who enjoy watching this type of documentary, don't forget to like and follow. This series is expected to be updated for 30 episodes. Next, I will take you into Sierra Leone, Myanmar, Ghana, Philippines, and other regions. See you next time.